Welcome to Agent Marketing Mania. Every single Tuesday, 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. I'm Jacob Van Helden.
I'm Rance Gardner.
And we come to you live every single Tuesday, bringing you awesome information about how to market yourself, how to get yourself out there, how to get the word out about you as an agent. And today we have got an awesome topic. Today is how to portray yourself as a caring, nurturing person who's because that's what we do in this business. You know, people come into this business. There's two types of people that come into this business. There's the people that come in just to make the money. And then there are the people who come in because they have a cause, because they truly believe that insurance, whether it's, you know, cash accumulation life insurance policies or annuities or, you know, anything like that builds value over time, that supplements retirement income, that leaves a benefit for the family, whether it be final expense, term life, ULs, whatever it is. And spin yourself as not just a salesman, but as someone who is there to help your family, to give that family a legitimate benefit.
Totally agree. And that's something that's really popular right now, and I think it really resonates with people.
Yeah.
You know, people like real people.
Yes.
You know, they don't, you know, people get caught up in the salesman thing a little too often, especially with insurance agents. They're always trying to sell,
Yeah.
when they can really just sell the fact that they're trying to help, you know. Maybe not sell the policies or sell, you know, the different levels of money that you could help them out with or whatever. Just sell them on the idea that you're there to help, and they will be better off. You know, their family will be covered. They'll be taken care of.
Yeah.
And just kind of be the nurturing
agent
instead of, you know, the hardcore, you know, get this sale closed type person.
Yeah.
So I think that's really important, and like you said, cause marketing and having a cause. That really resonates with people these days, and they want to be able to, you know, sign up and help out, you know, you if you're trying to help them and others. So I think that'll help you out in the long run, big time.
Well, and I think a big way and a good way to come into this business is to come in with the mindset. And I forgot where I heard this, but this has resonated and stuck with me all through my sales career. Is sell the problem you solve, not the product that you sell. When you go in with the mindset of solving a problem instead of selling a product, number one, it changes your entire sales process, and it changes how you portray yourself as a salesperson to your potential customers. When you come in and say, I'm not here to sell you anything, I'm here to solve problems. I'm here to plug holes. I'm here to fill those gaps where you are not protected. People buy from who they like and who they trust. At the end of the day, if you're likable and they trust you and they believe in what you're saying, they'll buy from you. And that all comes back to that cause marketing, of marketing yourself as someone who is there to solve a problem instead of just sell a product.
Totally. And with people, when you're trying to, you know, market yourself as a person that, you know, is concerned about those type of things, you know, you can almost shift the focus from, you know, a one-on-one type thing, and, you know, I'm the agent, and here's what I have. This is what it will do for you. Right. You need to almost shift the focus to, like, this is what will do for your family.
Yes.
You know, this is what it will do for your future.
Yeah.
I'm here to help. You know, I'll give you my customer. I'll be your customer service person. I'll handle any questions, any problems you have, 24/7. You know, anytime you have. That's another good thing we like to tell people about. You know, whenever they sign up with us, is that you're getting a local agent. Yeah. You're not getting a national agent or a national call center or something like that. They want to be able to make that personal connection. And once you can do that, and you can really start resonating with people on a personal level and letting them know that you truly care about their family and that everything that you do is for their family, sure, they'll benefit from it sometimes in some forms of the policies that we do. You know, maybe like annuities or something like that. But especially with like final expense, that's totally for their family. Yeah. So that if you're not focusing on them or the others around them or the people that they love, and showing how you can, you know, they're almost like the conduit for you to talk about how you can help the people around them that they really do care about. Right. So I think that's a really good way to, you know, maybe resonate with them on a whole different level.
Yeah, no, and I totally agree. And that's actually in our call center every single day. it's one of our our 3 benefits when we close is you get a local agent and a local company. So if you need anything, Miss Betty, if you need anything at all, you call me. I take care of it for you. And people really like that. And when you can spin it as, especially like you said with the final expense, the benefit's not for the client, the benefit's for the family. And when you can make them think outside of themselves and think of, okay, if I can't afford $25 a month, how in the world is my family going to afford $10, $12, $15,000 lump sum all at once to get me buried?
Exactly.
You have to play on those emotional heartstrings. You have to connect with them on an emotional level and make them think outside of themselves, because the most common thing you will hear in any life insurance is, well, I'm dead, why does it matter? I'm gone, why does it matter? It's like that is one of the most common things that we hear in our call center every single day. And if you can get someone past that point, because that's the initial thought is, I'm dead, why do I care what happens? But if you can get someone past that and make them think about their family and sell them on that cause of why you're actually there, what it is that you're doing, why you're doing what you're doing, people will start to buy from you.
Totally.
They really will. Guys, this has been an awesome first half. We've got a lot more coming to you. We're going to come back and give you some specific ideas on how to cause market yourself, how to get your name out there, platforms to use, verbiage, different things. Stick around. We'll be right back. Hey, welcome back, guys. Part 2, Agent Marketing Mania. Every single Tuesday, we're coming to you this week about cause marketing. In the first half of the show, we were talking about what it is, why you do it, how to present yourself. Now let's get into some specifics. Where to get this information out, what kind of verbiage you want to use, how you want to spin it, because there's a lot of folks out there that do marketing on different social media platforms, the Google AdWords, all the different stuff, and the common theme of this show coming to you every Tuesday is how to stand out, how to be not just another ad that they see or another. So, Rance, what are some good specific ideas about cause marketing and where to put yourself out and types of verbiage and things that you want to use?
I'll start with verbiage. I think some good verbiage to use whenever you're doing this and trying to convey the idea that you're there for them or trying to help out their family. It's just simple things like peace of mind.
Yeah.
Because that's really what you're giving them. You're giving them a peace of mind that whenever something happens to them or something happens to their spouse or whatever, that
right.
the family is going to be taken care of.
Yeah.
The family's going to have another one. Second verbiage you can use this is you're removing a burden.
Mm-hmm.
They've already lost a loved one. The last thing I want to do is have to go in circles and try to find out how in the world they're going to pay for it or what
right.
they're going to do or who to contact if they do have some sort of policy. They want to be able to have, again, the peace of mind that it's a local agent, that the kids, the spouse, the brother, whoever it is that is the beneficiary on something like a final expense. They want to be able to call you directly. They know you. They're comfortable with you.
Yeah. And
you're just totally removing the burden.
Yeah. Well, and like we said earlier, sell the problem you solve, not the product you sell. If you can go in and advertise yourself as a problem solver and not a product seller, I can promise you that people are going to gravitate towards you. If during your presentation you always talk about how you're solving their problems instead of, okay, this product does this and this product does that. Okay, Miss Jones, you said that you've got you know, your mortgage is, you still $150,000 on your house. You've got 2 car payments that you have, and you have some kids in school. So altogether, you know, your total outstanding debt currently is XYZ. Here's what I can do to help eliminate that if anything were to happen to either you or your husband. Instead of, okay, well, I can give you a $350,000 policy, and here's how much it's going to cost. Out of those two, which one do you think the customer is going to be more likely to move forward with? The guy who's solving the problems and saying, I understand that you're worried if you pass away that nobody's going to be able to pay off the mortgage. You're worried that you've got 3 cars that are you know, newer, nicer cars that you're making car payments on. You've got 2 kids in college, or a kid in college, and then you know, maybe one of your kids is in a private school, and you've got, you know, $450,000 in outstanding debt. And if the breadwinner were to pass away, the family is going to go through a financial hardship. Here's how I can protect you from that. Here's how I can eliminate that financial burden if something were to happen to you. And that is a very emotional conversation. That's a very emotional way to get someone to say, yes, I want to do that. And so when you can advertise yourself as that person and have a cause, and in having a cause, you need to know what it is you want to sell. Like a couple episodes back, you need to know what your niche is, what you're trying to sell. If you're going for, you know, the final expense market, you're gonna be protecting a very small amount of coverage. If you're going for your bigger, fully underwritten life cases, you know, you're looking for those folks who have a lot of outstanding debt that need to get it protected for a period of time. If you're going for the annuity world, you're looking for those folks who are, you know, in their mid to late 30s, who have established jobs, who are ready to start putting money away for retirement. And when you know who you're selling to, then you can start to find your cause.
Totally.
Yeah. Let me ask you this: what, in your opinion, what is probably the best platform to get your cause out there? What would you say is the best area, or, you know, whether it be online, you know, through the radio, TV ads? I mean, what would you say is the best way to get your name out there so that you can really start getting people aware of what your cause is?
Well, there's a couple ways, you know. If we're going to talk about like online or something like that, I would have a video or something like that created, or pictures. You know, if you're not marketing with at least some really cool graphics and pictures with maybe some text overlaid, and you can, there's tons of ways to do that yourself. If you don't really know how to use like Photoshop, there's plenty of things online that you can use to make some really cool images that convey the message of, you know, this is about your family, this is about your future, this isn't about your wallet or how much it's going to cost you each month. It's about what this is going to do for your future.
Right.
You know, you can be creative and change that and tweak that as much as you want. But I think, you know, like on Facebook, we've seen, and a lot of people, I think, recognize this, that a lot of the older generations, they're on Facebook.
They are.
They might not be on Instagram. They might not be on Twitter. They're not on Snapchat, but they're on Facebook.
Yeah.
There's tons of them on Facebook. I know my grandparents are on Facebook all the time.
Yeah.
So if my grandparents, who didn't send a text until like 2014 for the first time,
right,
you know, if they're on Facebook, there's a good chance there's a lot of people on Facebook.
Yeah.
So of that age. So I would say doing something on Facebook, you know, really sharing and doing it often, you know, and letting people, you know, get out there and see you, and maybe even do some promotions. You can do promoted posts. You know, you can put a picture and say your message is, you know, hey, we want to help you remove the burden off your family and bring you peace of mind.
Right.
You know, something like that. People, you know, 50 plus, and, you know, in the United States, we can help you out, or whatever it is.
Right.
And you can promote that pretty inexpensively.
Yeah.
So you know, you can just promote posts, and you can figure out how to do that. It's not hard at all to promote a post. Exactly. Most of the time, whenever
it asks you usually.
That's what I was gonna say. Most of the time on Facebook, whenever you post something new, they'll ask you right then. You know, do you want to promote this? So you can do that. I think that's a really good way to do it.
Yeah.
As far as like physical, like in person stuff, you know, community centers, bingo nights, church, things like that. If you could, you know, maybe have a business card that isn't just so cut and dry, that's you know, black and white with just your name and number on it.
Right.
Maybe have a picture in the background of a family at a picnic or in the backyard or hanging out at Christmas or whatever it is. Just try to play to that idea that you're trying to bring security to their family and remove any burdens or any headaches that they might have for a situation like Jacob said. There's tons of things that can happen or a lot of debt that some people are in, and the last thing they want to do is they already know that them passing is going to probably be pretty hard on their family, and the last thing they want to do is to have like a secondary effect of them passing, which is now here I'm dumping all this on you as well. So not only are you emotionally burdened, now you're financially burdened, and you're completely just in a bad spot, both emotionally and in real life as far as your business goes, or your savings or your money, or if you've got kids, it's going to be really hard to take care of them and keep up with how you've been living your life with them, and especially if they're trying to go to college or something like that.
Oh yeah.
You really want to try to convey these messages to the older generations and let them know that we're going to take all that away. We're going to bring you the peace of mind. That's going to be your kind of key phrase. Removing burdens, peace of mind. There's other you can kind of spin things off of that as well, but I think those are the big things that will really resonate with people. And also brochures, maybe not necessarily on just business cards,
right?
But have some sort of a flyer, which you could print at home. Especially if you're going to like bingo night or a church or something. You're not going to need 10,000.
No,
you can print off 50.
Yeah, you just go buy a ream of paper.
Exactly,
and print off.
Exactly. Print off 50. And if you don't have the ink or whatever, you can create them on a flyer maker online and take them to FedEx or Kinko's or something, or library or Staples, whatever, and print them off, and then you've got 50 flyers that you can hand out to people, and just really craft your message. I think that's the best advice you can give is figure out your message and stick to it. Especially when and we've said this talking about niche markets and identifying your market. When you're dealing with something like final expense, I think that's your niche market's going to be older people most of the time. Yeah. So you got to really figure out, and it's trial and error. You've got to figure out what resonates with them, and how to really put the focus on their family and what you can do for them. Forget the money that it's going to cost them.
Right.
That's another thing you want to do. You want to try to do your message and your cause, your need or want to be able to help them, and really, really make it easier on them, and just, that's your goal. You're a local agent, and the reason you got into this business is because it was the best way locally to directly help those in your community. And, say stuff like that, and put that on your flyer and hand that out. And I think once you get it, tweaked and you change it, trial and error, like I said, you'll be able to craft a message that's really going to stick with people, and that's really going to start bringing you not only, direct business from people you meet, but you're going to start getting referrals. Yeah. And that's where a lot of business can come from. Yeah. And I think that it's chain reaction. Once you start really getting your message, honed in and figured out, and you start talking to those people, and they feel comfortable with you, and they trust you, and they know that you're there for them and not there to try to get money. Right. It's just going to stack, and the domino effect's going to take off. Yeah.
Well, and using personal life experiences as well, that's another huge thing. Like when you're developing your story, because
totally.
Every good pitch, every good sales process has a why. Why are you doing this? Here's why I'm doing this. Here's the reason that I got into this business. For some people it was they had a death in the family. That person had no insurance. It tore the family apart financially, and they decided there and then that they would never let that happen to another family. They would never let that happen to their own family again, and that's what got them into the business. And so if you can figure out your why and your story and really convey that to people of, I came into this business, number one, yes, everybody comes into this business to make money. Nobody comes into this business not to make money. We're not saying that. But that's not the only reason that you come in. Whether it's you've had that personal experience, whether it's you've got a serving soul, and you're that type of person who's there to just help, whether whatever it may be, figure it out, find your story, and then convey that to people, and use that to your benefit. Use that to help people understand that you're not in this just to make money. That's not the reason that you got into this business. The reason that you got into this business was to help people, to protect families, to keep people from experiencing what you've experienced in the past, whatever it may be. But find that story, fine tune it, get it perfected. Rance, any final thoughts, anything at all? We've been skipped over fan mail this week. We're not doing good with fan mail at all this week.
Well, we didn't really have any questions on this one anyway, so, and we didn't want to go off topic.
Yeah.
So, and I think this is really important to especially for someone that's new.
Yeah.
And you really might not know where to go or what to do or what your first sort of idea should be to try to get out there in the community.
Right.
I think you need to really piggyback off this.
Right.
I think you need, like you said, you need to craft your story, figure out your personal experiences, the stories you've heard, the people you've talked to, you know, and you can tweak those and even say, you know, even if it's Miss Betty, you talk to Miss Betty and she told you a terrible story about, you know, her husband passing away and she has no money and all the burden went to their children, you know, instead of Miss Betty, you know, you can tweak things and say that was your aunt or whatever like that, you know. We spend things a lot in this business, so it's not like, you know, don't look at it as like you're lying to people.
You're just taking an experience.
You're just taking an experience, and the names don't matter. The actual story does.
Yeah.
So, you know, that's the best advice I could give, and I think that, you know, that's really it. You know, really try to make yourself look like a serving soul, as Jacob said. If you can do that, and people start really trusting you, and they don't even think about what the payment's going to be, or what the cost is going to be, or if they're, you know, feel comfortable giving you their credit card information or their banking information or their social security number. You know, once you get their trust and you really, you know, convey to them that you're a good person, you're here to help them, and you could care less about the money. You're just there to do what you can to help them, you know, remove the burdens.
Yeah.
And the money will just fall out of their wallet.
Yep.
It really will.
It will. When value exceeds cost, when people find that you have built so much value, and that's why in all of our shows, everything we've done, we put so much emphasis on building that value, because when value exceeds the cost, when they see that, yeah, it costs $150 a month, but the value is so important, it's so great that $150 a month is nothing, it's chump change. People will buy from you. Someone will tell you they have a $50 budget, you've built so much value, and at the end of your conversation, they're giving you $100 a month.
Exactly.
That's how it's done. You build value. You find that story. You give people a reason to trust you, because you're not there to sell them a product. You're there to solve a problem. People will buy. You will be successful. Guys, thank you for joining us. Again, Agent Marketing Mania, every single Tuesday, 3 o'clock Central Standard Time. I'm Jacob. This is Rance. We're coming to you dropping bombs every single week, giving you great ideas on how to stand out in a crowded world. Be sure, if you like the video, if you love the video, if you hate the video, give us thumbs up, share it, tag, comment, whatever you got to do. If you know someone that can get value from what we're doing here, tag them in a post, get them to follow us, because we're doing this every single day, week in and week out, bringing you free content, because we want to build so much value in your life that whatever it is, cost does not matter. Be sure to join in next Tuesday. We got some more great things to come to you.